Oh,
And now with the Michigan, scandal stuff coming out, I'm begging for Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman as the offensive coordinator of the Bears.
He's far and away my number one option. And again, there's warts there, but I like the fact that when he comes to Hallis Hall, he knows where the bodies are buried. He knows he's got enough cachet and enough power if he takes the job that he can tell George McCaskey, just stay out of the way. And I'm not saying that George is dictating what's going on, but he's also a part of the overall here. And that's the problem. The interesting thing is going to be, Greg, is does he want to come in to a situation where he's going to clearly have power, but he's also not a 40-year-old coach? Does he look at the situation and say, you know what, I don't want a rookie quarterback? I look at Justin Fields and I know that Justin's got his warts, but that's why you're bringing me here.
Right.
You're counting on me to unlock him. So that's and then if that was the case, then it becomes a financial issue because you're obviously going to have to make a financial commitment to Justin Fields that's going to start at $45 million plus at this point, because he's not going to take less than what Daniel Jones got. And I know you don't have to pay him yet. I understand that.
Right. You can give him a fifth-year option. The thing that I always try to point out to Bears fans is at some point Justin Fields would start holding out, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, players don't want to play under the fifth-year option, especially a quarterback. I was just looking, if you want to highlight this thing from Gary Ross saying that Poles won't give the power to Harbaugh. Ryan Poles is a non-factor. Doesn't matter. There's a guy above Ryan Poles that's got more power, and his name is Kevin Warren.
If he has a relationship potentially with Jim Harbaugh.
If Kevin Warren wants Jim Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh says, I want to come here and buy my own groceries, guess what? Ryan Poles won't be here. I don't think it's going to get to that. I think that Jim Harbaugh wants to come into this situation, and it is his dream job, no matter what anybody says. It's his dream job. I think he wants to come into this situation, and he wants to win. Greg, if he wins in Chicago, just like if Justin Fields wins in Chicago, Tyson Bagent, Caleb Williams, Drake May, whoever, you're talking about Jordan, and then you're talking about the quarterback of the Chicago Bears that won. That is the Mount Everest. That's the Mount Rushmore, I should say. But no, to me, it's clearly Jim Harbaugh, and a name that probably isn't going to excite a lot of Bears fans, but that's going to be high on my list because of his experience within the NFL, but not as a head coach. I think Josh McCown has to be very high on your list because he's quarterback centric. He's been in the league. He's been a coach in the league. He's wildly respected. Everybody down the big, it's not even a rumor at this point that Tepper made the quarterback decision in Carolina.
Yep.
With the head coach and the GM and the quarterback coach wanted CJ Stroud.
Yeah, there was a video breakdown of Josh McCown, gushing over CJ Stroud. I remember sharing that, or we shared that across each other during the offseason.
Yeah, and when Tepper went to Tuscaloosa to meet with Saban, the whole crew from Carolina was there. And when he walked into the office with Saban, the door was closed behind David Tepper. And that's again, that is when you end up drafting Mitch Trubisky.
Yep.
When things like that happen. You cannot tell everybody that you're doing your due diligence, that you're turning over
and you're going to a steakhouse and you're not telling John Fox about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we were all wrong. We were all wrong then. Nobody here had any clue that Patrick Mahomes was the Bears' number 2 far and away. But unfortunately, they just had Mitch number 1 by a long shot. That's what they did. But there's so many different avenues that this can go, Greg.
Yep.
But honestly, I want Carolina to lose, and I want the Bears to go out there and start playing good football. Yep. And I know the bad stuff that comes with that, but unfortunately, I have to have faith in not even Ryan Poles, but in Kevin Warren, that he's going to see through all of this because he's there every day. And I do have listen, I don't know Kevin Warren. I've never met Kevin Warren. I'm friends with somebody that's extremely close to Kevin Warren that's on our network and says that if you have questions and if you want to know that Kevin Warren, if he's a no nonsense guy, he's absolutely no nonsense. And if he has to drop the hammer, he's going to drop the hammer, and he doesn't care who's in the way.
We all city like the mayor.